Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing safe. So I have here the Vivo X Fold. I am very excited for this device. So I did not get this from Vivo because this phone is only sold in China right now, so there are no review units available for English speaking media such as myself. But luckily, Trinity Electronics, which is in my opinion the best phone importer store in Hong Kong, got this phone in stock already, and I was able to borrow a unit from Trinity Electronics. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to film the unboxing first because the packaging is actually quite nice. My new rule with smartphone packaging is if the phone has nothing to unbox like an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy, I'm not going to film an unboxing because it's a waste of my time and your time to do an unboxing video and there's nothing in the box. But when the companies put in effort to give us a nice unboxing experience, then I will film a dedicated video for unboxing. After that, I'm going to set up Google Apps on the phone, like on camera. I want to do that because that's another thing that I get asked almost every day is, can you install Google Apps on a Chinese phone? The answer is almost always yes. The only phone brand that you cannot install Google Apps on is Huawei, and that's totally because of US government. And after that, after I set up Google, I'm gonna take the phone outside and test the cameras because I'm very excited about the camera system in this foldable phone. Without further ado, let's continue. Okay, so the first thing you will probably notice is that this part of the box is made from a different material. It's not paper. This is not quite leather, it's like cloth. It's like that same material used in the Microsoft Surface keyboard. What do they call it? Like Alcantara or something, whatever it is. It's unique and it adds a little bit of a experience to the unboxing. So here it is. This is the gray color version. I think the blue color looks much better in my opinion because I'm not a fan of this vertical stripe, but this is still a leather back or a faux leather back, or vegan leather, whatever the heck you want to call it. The phone feels very similar in the hand to the Huawei Mate X2, meaning it folds completely flush and there's not much of a crease. Like when you run your finger through it, you don't really feel the crease. Anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit more later. Let's look at the rest of the packaging. So you open the accessories here in a drawer-like setup. These are earphones, and right here it's an 80-watt charging brick. So this is the two-leg plug that they use in the US and China. And then here we have some papers and a card. They do this a lot in the China releases. It's like a warranty card. They try to make the experience feel like a VIP experience. But really this card allows you to fix your phone if you happen to damage it. You have a SIM ejector tool. That is it, some papers, no case. And you have a USB-C cable, Type-C to Type-C. I'm assuming don't have to open this. So that is it. Now let's get to the main event. Let's boot up the phone. Okay, here it is, OriginOS. This is Vivo's China-only software. Okay, here we're asked to set up fingerprint scanner, face unlock, and the password. This is where the Vivo X Fold stand out from other folding phones because it has an in-display fingerprint reader, 2 of them in fact. So this seems like an ultrasonic scanner, not an optical scanner, because I don't see a light being lit up. So the first scanner is here. There's also one scanner outside on the outside screen. Okay, here it is, OriginOS. So OriginOS, a lot of people are going to say is a copy of iPadOS or iOS. I'm not going to argue with that. Some of the icons definitely do look familiar, but one of the specialties of OriginOS is these dynamic widgets. So this is a recorder widget. You can actually start recording. Well, you have to give permission first, but then once you give it permission, you can start recording immediately directly on the home screen as part of the widget. And you can do things like that with all these other apps, like the weather widget. You can actually cycle through to see, temperature later in the day. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to look at this foldable phone. Oh, okay. So I only had to register fingerprint one time and it will work on the outside display and the inside display. Now again, you don't really see much of a crease. You have to really tilt the phone at extreme angles maybe to see it. It's a lot more noticeable on a Samsung Galaxy phone. And when you fold the device, it folds completely flush. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the language back to English because right now it's in Chinese, simplified Chinese. Okay, so for those of you guys interested in importing this phone, these are the languages available: Japanese, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and here we are, we have an English UI. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install Google Play Store. So you just have to jump into Vivo's App Store and install and Google app like Gmail or something, and that should set up the Google framework. So when you install Gmail via the Vivo App Store, it will automatically install Google Play Store alongside it too. So you have Google Play Store already functional because the Google framework is part of the phone. It just doesn't come pre-installed with Google Apps. Okay, so I am successfully in Google. Anyway, I'm gonna set up the phone a little bit more and I'm gonna begin testing outside. So the X Fold has a quad camera system headlined by a 50 megapixel main camera, a 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, a 12 megapixel 2x telephoto zoom, and this is the most important part, an 8 megapixel periscope zoom lens that can do 5x optical zoom. This has been one of my biggest complaints about foldable phones for the last couple of years, because I'm someone who likes to shoot a lot of zooming photography, and the zoom lens on a Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the Oppo Find N are just a 2x telephoto zoom lens. So anything beyond 3-4 times, you're already getting kind of a lot loss of details. With the Vivo X Fold, you actually get 5x lossless zoom, and you can go up 10x zoom and still get a pretty clean shot. Now, Vivo's not the first one to do this, put a periscope zoom lens in the folding phone. Huawei actually did it first, but just having a periscope zoom lens in a foldable phone is awesome. Now, unfortunately, one area of disappointment is that the main camera system here actually isn't exactly the same system seen in the Vivo X70 Pro Plus. I thought it was when I first saw the specs, but actually the main camera here has a slightly smaller image sensor than the main camera here in the X70 Pro Plus. But I will test these cameras out and about here at night and just see if this phone keeps up that excellent uncanny dynamic range offered by this phone. We'll test with the Vivo X Fold main camera, ultra wide camera, then we'll do a 5x zoom. Now I'm gonna grab these same shots with the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Okay, we're now in a much darker part of the street. I'm shooting with a camera that has a really good low light capability, so it already looks brighter on video than it is in real life. In real life, the scene kind of looks closer to like this. So Vivo X Fold, main camera, ultra wide camera. So ultra wide needed night mode, main camera did not need night mode. Now we have the Galaxy Z Fold 3 main camera, and ultra wide. So the Galaxy Z Fold 3 doesn't turn on night mode automatically, so I've jumped into night mode manually now just to give the ultra wide camera a fair shot. But it is really slow, man. You have to hold still for like 5 seconds. So you see where the hardware shortcoming comes in, because the image sensors on the Z Fold 3's cameras are so small, you have to use night mode, but if you use night mode, you have to wait like 5 seconds. Okay, and then we have here the Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Okay, so here we have a high contrast scene. We have a relatively dark part of the street right here, along with the shop with a lot of lights coming through. So let's see how the Vivo X Fold handles HDR right here. Now we can see Vivo's uncanny HDR kicked in again. The X Fold shot is just perfectly balanced. Look at all the lights inside the store. They're all perfectly well lit. On the Z Fold 3, they are slightly overexposed. But overall, the Z Fold 3 shot is still really good. But when you switch out to the ultra wide camera, the Z Fold 3 shot is terrible. Look at how soft the left side of the shot is. Now compared to Vivo's shot, it's just much better. Okay, next up, you're looking at 4K 30 video sample with the Vivo X Fold, so we can see nice little shallow depth of field behind my camera because this image sensor is still relatively large. And this is how my head looks to the main camera. So this is 4K 30 footage with the main camera of the Vivo X Fold. And we'll see if you can zoom out to the ultra wide camera in the middle of filming. You cannot. So if you want to switch out to the ultra wide, you have to stop the video clip before you start up. So that's a shortcoming of the Vivo X Fold. You can zoom, I think. So right now we're at 5x. So it doesn't seem like the periscope zoom lens kicks in for video. This is the same weakness that we've seen in the Vivo X70 Pro Plus. Yeah, it's just digital zoom right now. Okay, now I've switched out to the ultra wide, so now this is video recording with the ultra wide camera. You can see that everything's a little bit dimmer than with the main camera, but it still looks okay. Let's check out stabilization. How does it look right now? This is ultra wide camera, Vivo X Fold. Okay, so this is by no means a full review because I'm still on day one with the phone, but we've seen enough photo samples to conclude that the camera system here is definitely better than the camera system in the Galaxy Z Fold 3. Okay, so the screen obviously looks great. I don't think I have to really go over resolutions and pixel count and all of that. And yes, you get stereo speakers too, of course. And in terms of software, OriginOS is not going to be for everybody. I suggest you check out my last video on the Vivo X Note to check out an overview of OriginOS. But with enough tweaking, you can get it to look more like a traditional Android phone, and all the Google apps work on this phone just fine. So that's about it for this video. This is not a review again, this is a hands-on first impressions. I like this hardware a lot. I do wish it was a little bit lighter and smaller, you know, not as small as the Oppo Find N, but maybe you can shave 10% off the screen size and 10% off the weight. That will improve overall in-hand feel a lot. And the other concern I haven't been able to test here is battery life, because this thing does not have a 5,000 mAh battery. It's like 4,600. So that might not be able to last the phone all day because it is a 120 Hz panel and it is a very large panel. But I will test this more in the coming days and have follow-up videos including a full review. So thanks for watching. If you're interested in keeping up to date with content like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.